What's going on, Jerome's? One preseason game is in the books, and rounding second, rounding third. I don't know. We're almost there for training camp. 2 joint practices left open to the public, 2 more preseason games, and we've had some separation, some stratification of the Earl of Eagan / Mr. Mankato, right? So the gist of the award is young player, generally on his rookie deal, or a young free agent trying to rebound, rebuild their career, non-star or not highly drafted, exceeds expectations, bonus points for hustle and grit. And yes, the back of this graphic is from last year because you can see LDR as well as Johnny Munt. I think that's in the background. But Gabriel Murphy was there too. So it works. Replaced by Khalif Hassi, Raise Hale, as well as Max Brosmer. So good times, man. But basically, that's parameters, right? And I know there's been a groundswell to call it the Adam Thielen Award, but I don't know. I like the Earl of Eagan. So right now, here's our top 10. Now, you could name like 20 players, right? And it's a combination of how they looked in the preseason game, how they looked in training camp thus far, and all that stuff. And I'm sure there'll be more shifting around. 2 preseason games left. The joint practices against the Patriots are going to be huge as well. So, yum, here we go. Number 1, Gabe Murphy. So Gabriel Murphy, who's had a nice little training camp on top of just a monster game against the Texans, 5 pressures, a sack and a half, full on, was that 3 Lance Armstrongs? 3 quarterback hits and 2 run stops as well. And Murph Dog, I mean, he didn't get to show off what he could do last year because he had that knee injury sort of behind the 8 ball. But like Gabriel Murphy, like Bo Richter, sort of met at the quarterback against the Texans is good to see. So 5 deep at edge rusher, and there might be more than 5. Next up, number 2, Max Brosmer. So it's a combination of, he looks all in the preseason game, 5 of 8 for 47 yards, touchdown, a 118.2 quarterback rating, but also what Max has done in practices, especially against that Flores defense. He had the play of the day on Monday, the Tim Jones 40-yard moonshot up the sidelines. Woo! It's good to see. But overall, like every single practice, you see the processing skills, the quick release, getting the ball out, letting you guys make a play. And I think the Vikings might have something. I know that we generally have a little for whoever the backup, like long shot quarterback is. Hey, Jaron Hall, the Morin missile. Hey, Kyle Jerome Ezekiel Sluter, the Dutch pronunciation. But this one might be legit. And this isn't even like go for homerism because I don't care. Right, and also Brosmer's from New Hampshire, so it's whatever. Next up, number 3, Khalif Hassi. Now, this certainly could be a little bit of, well, played really good in the preseason game. Johnny on the spot in the right positions for the 2 interceptions, which is great. But also a bunch of really good practices being stacked up as of late. Even got some run with the first team defense, as Metellus and Harrison Smith had a Veterans Day, so he was Hassi was rotating in, and also need to put Jay Ward on this list too. Sorry, Jay Ward honorable mention. Like I said, you could have like 20 players on this list, but we're only doing 10. We'll do 10, right? I know Hassi, UDFA from Oregon, bounced around the league. Brian Flores loves his safety and cornerback versatility, so could be something there. Might be practice squad, but certainly made an impression so far. Next up, number 4, right guard Joe Huber. Right now, this is heavily weighted on having a really solid game in the preseason, but Huber has been slowly working his way up. He was second team right guard on Saturday. So after Will Fries left the field, Huber took every other snap at right guard, 55 snaps, 94.7 PFF grade. Also, after practice, he and Brosmer had some center snaps on Monday. And since the Vikings had a rash of injuries at center, something to watch for? Who knows? But overall, like, I hate to give the stupid Badgers credit, so I'll give the Bearcats credit. Cincinnati cranks out some good offensive linemen, man. There you go. Next up, number 5, Dwight Nudie McGlothern. So Nudie, it's like in the first Fast and the Furious movie, before they came like international super spy superheroes. But when the dude launches his NOS too early, it's like Rick Yoon's like, too soon, Junior. That might be it. So Nudie had 3 interceptions in 3 practices. But since then, sort of been up in the air. Game wise, it's all right. But I think that Nudie definitely does have some bona fides to make the 53 as well, just like he did last year. Nudie, Mekhi Blackman, Zamiah Vaughn, a couple names to watch for the bottom of the 53-man roster at cornerback. Next up, number 6 is good. Defensive lineman Lineman Ingram-Dawkins. So TID, sort of quietly, right? And, he didn't have a splash game like Gabriel Murphy, but he's beginning some time with the ones, and slowly but surely, he's shown off that he's solid against the run. That's how he's going to get in the field. He's developing as a pass rusher, and, just given his traits, given his physical freak ability, you could see maybe 2-3 years down the road, he could be a full-on wrecking crew in his own right. And like I said, he has been getting some first-team reps, basically spelling Harrison Phillips at that right defensive end spot. So he, as we said earlier in the offseason, because he's so good against the run, he could get on the field to help take some of the starch out of Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, Harrison Phillips, keep them fresher. So I actually think that Ingram-Dawkins could be a force this season. Next up, number 7. Michael Jurgens. It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. So Jurgens has been the presumptive center too all off season. And with Ryan Kelly a little bit older and has had some injury issues in the past, backup center is important. And also the Vikings are looking for the center of the future. Jurgens, 7th round pick out of Wake Forest last year, had some guards and center ability. Now, a couple highlights have been some fumbled snaps, but, is that all on Howell? Well, the shotgun snap is also on Jurgens. But has that been on Howell? Has that been on Brosmer? I don't know. But get that sorted out. Overall, in the one preseason game, he looked good. 43 snaps at center. I did have to come back in after Zeke Corral dinged up his ankle, so wishing him the best. 85.6 PFF run grade, 0 pressures allowed. And Jurgens had a pretty decent preseason last year as well, and I do think that he will enter the season as a presumptive backup center, potentially center of the future as well. Next up, number 8, Lucky Jackson. So Lucky Jackson, is for real, UFL superstar, Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, and he's been firmly getting some run with the ones as Justin Jefferson's, but not with the minor hamstring strain. Also, Jalen Naylor took some reps off as well. And you could pretty comfortably say that Lucky Jackson is the wide receiver 4 right now. And I know people are freaking out. I was like, well, what about wide receiver depth end of season? It's not like the Vikings are going to run 4 and 5 wide receiver sets the first couple weeks, right? So Addison's being suspended. Jefferson just getting back on the horse. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. Tranquilo. So overall, Lucky's had some nice training camp games. Also, 3 for 30 in the preseason games. If he had that one target that missed from J.J. McCarthy on the Bang 8, that would have been glorious. Would have been glorious, but it is what it is, right? Next up, number 9. Wide receiver Ty Felton. No. Actually, no. Ty Felton was going to be honorable mention. Running back. Zamiah, who are we going to put in here? There we go. Scott's Tots. To you, Mr. Scott. 7 carries for 40 yards. And, we talked about, he's 6'2", 210. He's a decent-sized running back. He's got some good receiving skills. Former wide receiver at the University of Maine. Go Bears. And also UConn. And he's just unorthodox, but I can't stop watching him. Plus plays some good special teams. He clearly running back 3, and I really like Zavier Scott a lot. So it should be Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, Zavier Scott. Those should be your 3 running backs entering the season. Lastly, number 10, right tackle Logan Brown. Play me a song, Logan Brown. All right, so 81.1 PFF pass blocking grade. Right tackle in the preseason game against the Texans. Left tackle in practice. And I think that the Vikings may have a number crunch issue on their hands because I think that they'll try to get Joe Huber as well as Logan Brown onto the 53 because I'm not sure that either one of them will pass through waivers given how solid they've looked so far in training camp as well as in preseason. Some honorable mentions. You could put Sam Howell in there, except he had a full year as a starter, so I don't know. Zamiah Vaughn, I think, has a very solid shot to make the 53 at the cornerback spot. In fact, I think Alex the Athletic had Vaughn on the 53 over Nudie McGlothern, which definitely raised an eyebrow earlier in the week. Also, Urasek, Baby Carrots, getting things done. I think that he is going to be solidly tight end 3. Bo Richter, like we mentioned. Carry on my Jayward son could be in that mix as well. As I said, you could list 15, 20 players on this list, but as of right now, I would have to say that, Gabriel Murphy, Brosmer, Hassi, Joe Huber, definitely up there, right? Because you have to balance everything out. It can't just be recency bias. It has to be all-encompassing, all of training camp so far, but we'll see. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. The current power rankings for the Earl of Eagan. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.